Hi, welcome to No Construction. This is July Special 1. As usual, I plan on making this short, but it'll probably be 10 minutes long. As promised, in the description of this very video is two links. One is to a story about a Mexican town, 2011, I believe it was, that they threw out their politicians and have been self-governing. They no government of really any kind of any definition hasn't existed there since 2011. They kicked out all the politicians, and no one rules over another. So, I mean, by definition, that is a revolution. I I don't want to see that happen. That I mean, yes, it works. It worked out. They don't always work out. I'm sure to get that way, to get to that point, people lost their lives, and probably not very pleasurably. Which is one of the things I'm attempting to prevent using my words, and I've failed for the last, well, since October, last October in 2017. Count that as, so 9 months, pretty much almost, I have failed. But, it's the politicians don't represent us, they represent everybody else. I don't remember if I said it in previous videos. I usually keep forgetting until I post it, and then I'm not going to post a 30-second video. But the reason I leave after citizen comments, because it is due to the fact that I've noticed since October that if it's bad for us, the commissioners and city councils will vote for it. And if it's good for us, they're going to vote against it. And no citizen's words is going to make a difference. I know I've said the immediate following that I think, you know, 500 some odd thousand people could have at any one agenda item spoke out for it or against it, but it will not sway in one way or another the commissioner's court or city councils. So I mean, really, that's all the proof you need. They don't represent us anymore. I don't know if there is a master uh, agenda or not. Regardless, the result's going to be the same. Uh, Read, make room, make room. That is where we're headed, whether it's master plan or not. Okay? It's entire families living in one room, and the rent is outrageous. More construction, higher prices go up, and all because it's planned, the politicians are going to go for it. They clearly don't care about their kids, regardless of what they say, judging by their actions. Because, you know, first responders can't afford the cheapest of housing. And the way things are going, we're going to end up like San Francisco, which leads me to the second link that is going to be here. And I believe it's about a 30-minute video. But we're right at the end of where San Francisco started 30 years ago. It really is. Well, I guess it would be more precise to say we're in a suburb of San Francisco. You know, it all started the same, and now in that video, if you watch it, Aggressive people will approach you. Uh, Homeless. There's blocks of homeless. There's a feces map that is actually outdated, and there are entire blocks that where you're going to see human feces. That's where Austin's headed, and it's going to bleed into us. So what Travis County's doing is infecting us, and continue, and then we're starting to be ourselves where San Francisco was 30 years ago. By the end of the year, we'll pretty much be there. Politicians are going to do what they want, and it's going to ruin us. There's no two ways about it. I'm not making up some fantasy. I'm not claiming to be a fortune teller able to see the future. It's learning a little bit of history because history is repeating itself. So I don't know if I'll get to it, so I'll say it here, and this should be the end of it. Before the rains came, it's about 2 days before that, somebody lit fireworks at the end of my driveway. I live in a farm area. It was dry. We didn't have any rain for quite a while. And if I didn't find those fireworks at the end of my driveway, it was one of those big box ones. And it was smoldering. Could have easily set the field next to us on fire, which would have set my property on fire. More people, more problems. Great, all the constructions, as the county's told me, it's not happening in your immediate area, but it is affecting me. That those actions would have been, no one would have thought of that a decade ago. This is somebody that has done those actions, and they're doing it again because they're bringing the people coming from California and New York and elsewhere, including other countries. I wish I could hold my arms open and say, "Hey, come on in." But we can't take care of ourselves. And the people that move to a different area, especially when it's in mass, bring their bullshit right along with them. They wanted things to be different. They want a better life. But then when it's different, it's not the way the life that they knew. They do whatever they can to, I guess, bring back the life they fucking knew. So all the BS in New York and California, it's coming here. It is here. And these politicians of ours, local and state and otherwise, is adding to the problem. You know? Not to mention, because all these people are coming from California and New York, they had higher minimum wage. Therefore, they had more in their pocketbooks. Their money goes further down here than it does up there. The restaurants notice this. Hell, regular stores notice this. And they raise their prices accordingly. So great, New York and Californians can deal with the raised prices of stuff. The people that have lived here for decades can't. Again, look, like I said, I don't know how long I've been recording, but it's going to be a long one, even though I wanted to be short. I really do plan on being short every time. Maybe I need to plan for it to be long. What Austin's doing, Travis County, is gentrification. But it's not a problem because it's mostly happened to white people. They're pushing out people that have lived there for decades, longer, most of them longer than I've been there, than I've been alive. You know, That's what's eventually going to happen to Williamson County. And I'm damn sure it's going to start in Georgetown. Well, actually, it might start in Cedar Park, if it hasn't already. But Georgetown's going to come in a close second, maybe third. You know, build and build and build, which raises taxes. And because paychecks aren't adjusted accordingly, it's pushing people out that lived in that area for decades. Let me, as a white American, go somewhere else and try that. It won't work. We can't take care of ourselves. So why is everybody else being taken care of before citizens? Not just me. You know, like I said, if it's detrimental to us, regardless of if there's a master plan or not, it's going to be voted in favor of by the city and commissioner courts or councils. You know, if it's good for us, they're going to vote against. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching No Construction.